we had a very particular ill that we were suffering from, and that uh, actually started before slavery, uh, but with the fall of our empire in Spain, 1492, and of course, when we look back, as they say, hindsight is 100%. And I can look back and see that they should have never went to Spain in the first place. They got called over there into Spain to help out the king over there who was supposed to be ascending to the throne, and for whatever reason, they were trying to keep him from the throne. So he asked the Moors to come in and straighten things out. The Moors came in. They came in all right, burnt the ships behind them. Y'all know the story. And stayed there 700 years. But at the end of that 700 years, they came out as Negroes, blacks, coloreds, and a whole lot of other things. So that's why I say we should have never went in the first place. However, Allah did see fit to send us a prophet as he sent other nations of people prophets, speaking our language, looking like us, and coming with a remedy to heal us from what we were suffering with. And that is slavery and everything that has occurred to us since then. Our chapter today, someone will share Holy Quran with, we'll have a visitor.
Pardon me, is it okay if I photograph some of these items? Is it something?
You can do that afterwards.
Afterwards, okay.
Yeah.
I don't plan on being here the whole entire 2 hours.
Oh, okay. Well, it's only going to be an hour and
Okay.
45 minutes.
Excuse me?
It's only going to be, actually it's going to be right at an hour.
Okay, yeah, about around 1 o'clock or so, I'm gonna have
All right.
to leave, so yeah.
Well, let me ask you this, is anything you wanted us to go over in particular? Because what I had something in mind for you, but
Okay.
is there any requests that you had?
Oh, no, I'm just, following up on coming back, and learning more about this, more science.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, you're welcome to come and and sit and listen, participate. You live here. This is your town.
Yeah.
But if there's something that you want to get changed in your thinking or in your life or in your present condition, the Prophet Nabi speaks about that. So if you think your condition can be better,
I do.
then we have ways of changing it.
Okay, well that will be a topic that I would be very interested in.
Okay, so then we
Given my
will go
present
to chapter 7. Share a book with him. Let's go to chapter 7 in the Moorish Holy Quran. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. And
I gotta change glasses.
so what I'm trying to get at here
Friendship of Jesus and the Jesus explains to the meaning of the truth.
all right, if you look down through this, we're trying to get specifically here Uh, uh, verse 3, truth is the only thing that changes not. In all the world there are two things. That's number 4. The one is truth, the other is falsehood. Does that make sense?
It's pretty straightforward.
Yeah. Falsehood is that which seems to be. Now, truth is ought and has no cause, yet it is the cause of everything. Falsehood is naught, yet it is the manifest of right. Whatever has been made will be unmade. That which begins must end. Okay. So truth has no cause, yet it is the cause of everything. Falsehood is naught, yet it is the manifest of right.
Right.
Whatever has been made will be unmade. That which begins must end. So what that's saying to us here in short, because you gotta go, is that if we draw a circle, it has no beginning and no end. It just it's infinite, right?
Yes.
But this is talking about something that has been made, and if it's something that has been made, it can be unmade. So if there's a particular condition that we have made, we can unmake it,
Yes.
okay? And sometimes we don't understand how to unmake it. I have created conditions that I've tried everything in the world that I could think of to unmake. But I couldn't unmake it. And I gave up, said, oh, what the heck. And I started doing something else, and it become unmade.
Okay.
And I go, wow, I'm going about it the wrong way. Okay? I didn't realize I was trying my hardest, in earnest, truth, to change this condition. But the way I was going about it, I wasn't getting any success. In fact, it was getting worse and worse and worse and worse. Okay. My grandma used to say, well, boy, you're just going to have to hit rock bottom before you understand what you got to do. So this is saying the same thing in different words, but that's pretty much what it means. If you can put yourself in the story. There's one thing that we know about closing techniques. Closing techniques are what you use to convince a person to do something, especially in selling.
Yeah, sure.
Right?
Yeah,
You want a person to sign on the line. There are 10 or 12 techniques that you can use to apply to that person to get them to do that. All right? Tell a story is one of those techniques. But all the masters will tell you, don't put yourself in the story. I have a wife, and I will tell her before we go to one of these seminars, I said, now listen, when we use it, tell the story. And don't you get in the story. Right? I tell her that before she go.
Don't insert yourself
into the story. Right? Because the story is for them. That's why I'm telling them. Because I want to get a certain reaction out of them. So I get there, I start telling the story, and lo and behold, what does she do? Jump right in the story. So it ain't till we get home and I go, why did you get in the story? She don't, the story was so compelling and so inviting. She was in it, didn't know she was in it.
Yeah, sure.
Even though I said that.
You could be talking about, you could be inside the story, but you don't have to reveal that.
Okay. So here's a situation where we want you to put yourself in the story.
Mm.
And I want to create right here in this room an atmosphere and change the ethers in your life
Mm. Okay.
so that your condition will change.
Mm. Okay.
All right?
Okay.
So when we read here, we continue on here, we see that all things can be seen by human eyes are manifest, of aught are naught, and so must pass away. The things we see are but reflexes just appearing, while the ethers vibrate so and so, and when conditions change, they disappear. So you can change your condition by changing the ethers that are associated with your being.
Okay.
Some of us understand that there's a magnetic field around us.
Ether is some sort of vapor. Let me look up the
Go
word.
ahead and Google it, and you'll,
look up the word ether.
yeah, and when we see ethers, we understand that the ethers are what the thoughts that we think ride on, it's what they travel on, right? These ethers appear and disappear at the rate of atmosphere. That's the reason why some things we see, because they're vibrating at a certain rate, and some things we can't see. Because we can't see it doesn't mean that it's not there. Sometimes we use a microscope, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we can see something through the microscope that we can't see with our eyes.
Ethers are a class of organic compounds that contain an ether group, an oxygen, an atom connected to two alkaline or RE groups of general formula RO. Okay, so it's just organic compounds.
So there should be some additional definitions to ether. That is ether, like you put on somebody's nose to bring them back to consciousness, right? They pass out, feel the ether, and they wake up, right?
Yeah.
This ether we're talking about
Mm-hmm.
is not an organic compound,
Okay.
but it is the vibrating source on which the things that we see and the things that we don't see appear. So on this physical plane right now, I can see you because you vibrating at a certain rate of atmosphere, and it's slow enough for my eyes to see you.
The physical me.
The physical. And as those vibrations of ether speed up, then I can't see with these eyes, but that doesn't mean that your soul does not exist.
Right.
It's just at a higher rhythm of vibration that I can't see with the physical eye.
Okay.
Right? But my inner eye can conceive of the soul plane. Okay? We can back that up by going to chapter 1, but we're not going to digress all the way there. And at an even faster rate, we get to the spirit plane, right? Which we definitely can't see with the eyes of soul or with the physical eyes, right? But it's really fast, the spirit.
Yeah.
Okay?
The vibrations.
Yes. And so we understand, according to this book, and many others, that we are a spirit and a part of our God, Allah, in a soul, clothed with a soul, And that spirit and soul is then clothed with a physical body. Okay? And we can see that in the slow rhythms of these planes. So, let's get back to chapter 7. When the conditions change, they disappear. These ethers vibrate so and so, and when the conditions change, they disappear. Okay. So now, that should tell us that whatever condition we want to change, if we change the rate that the ethers are vibrating, we can change that condition. So the question is, then how do we change the rate that the ethers vibrate? If you're eating a certain diet and you feel really sluggish, right?
Yeah.
And you're slow to think, and you're sleepy, and you're drowsy, you can become, and maybe some of us have become like that, you can become so stagnated that you can't even really think or move. So you're slow to respond to your condition. Maybe today you should have gone and signed a lease or signed something, but you didn't get around to it because you were so sluggish. Sometimes we can become frozen in a certain condition and we can't get out of it. So the point of the matter here is that if you change the ether, if you can speed yourself up, sometimes it takes someone to help you get kick-started, right? To speed those ethers up so the person can get out of that condition, right? We look at people who we understand are in a dead state of mind. They can't move, they can't think, and they attract one bad thing after another. The only way to get them out of that is to change the ethers, which will change their condition. I myself have been in this situation. It's why I can teach it. Because there's been many times that I've had to change, literally, on the fly, change the ethers to change the condition. And in doing so, perhaps there were other steps I had to do in addition to that, but that was the first step. Okay? And I've done it, I can do it right now in this room by just chanting. We all can do it.
By
It's
just
simple
channeling?
by just chanting.
Chanting.
Yeah, chanting.
Yeah, chanting.
And if you all will just say, Om, and let the vibrations come up through your chest and up through your tones and through your teeth, where you can feel the vibration in there. Just say O-H-M, Om, Om. And so then when you take the holy breath and make that a part of it, right? When you breathe in, Om, That was 7 times. Okay, I feel it in there.
Okay.
All right. If y'all will join me, we can change the vibration, the ethers in this room, and make it so charged. And I know you're gonna have to go in about 4 minutes, but that's one way to start. Just as simple. Get in some place where you can still yourself, right? And I mean, you gotta be willing to do it.
Yeah,
And me, myself, I mean, I wasn't willing to do it until all was lost. Okay? I had to completely be lost with no way to turn and no ideas or nothing. And I'm looking and I'm like, how are we going to win this battle? Because I need to know. And I still myself. Now the holy breath, we can't see, right?
Yeah, I want to hear about that. I'll stay a little longer. I want to hear about
The holy breath, if you blow it out, you don't see anything. But that doesn't mean it's not there. Take it away, and then what occurs?
It's a wrap.
Yeah.
You're dead.
You can't be on this plane.
Right.
Correct? So, along with if you control your holy breath, right, you can raise your thinking to where you can hear that still small voice. Because in these bodies that we're in now on this plane, we're strangely mixed, right? We got all this murky ethers of the flesh in here, right? And it makes it difficult for us to work through all of that. That's why so many people do fasting, because they want to clear the toxins out. They want to get to a state of mind where they can hear themselves think. Because our God, Allah, will speak to you, and He will speak to you in a still small voice, but he who hears is what? Still. So when you get in that state, when you begin to still yourself, you realize that your consciousness will start to rise. The ethers around you are different. And now, at some point, depending on how far into, let's say, the funk you really are, you start to come up out of it. You start to think your way up out of it. Your conditions start to change because you change the ethers around you. And oh, by the way, it don't hurt to burn some sage, right? Some frankincense and myrrh, some things like that that can help change the ethers, change the environment. Because a lot of times, evil and bad things, what they call falsehood or naught or the devil or Satan or whoever you want to call them, it could be a person in this characteristic. It could be witches. I ran into witches out in Greenville, man.
Yeah, okay, I believe you.
They came to my rescue.
Okay.
Because there was some more demons even worse than them that were trying to stop me. And I was driving to a location, and out of nowhere, across a 4-lane highway, comes a beast and hits my truck, bang! And send me into a tailspin like this. I'm going round and round and round, and when the back end of the truck hit the beast, it knocked him back across the highway. He got up and ran away. I mean, huge. I mean, I couldn't even hardly get out the door of my truck. That's how big this animal was. Okay. So, here's the truth. Here's the right hand. Here's falsehood. Here's the left hand. When we go into our state of mind, we want to change the conditions. We want to cover up the falsehood with the truth. Right?
Yeah.
We want to have our physiognomy so that It is a conduction for us to change the ether and to change that magnetic force, a magnetic wave that surrounds our bodies. Right? We have what's called polarity therapy. We have a positive and a negative in our bodies. When that gets off whack, and the positive is where the negative is where the positive should be, we have to change it by placing a hand here and a hand here, right? If you put your right hand on the, I don't mean for you to do it because you haven't given permission, but someone that you trust, that you know is true, put their right hand on your head here and left hand on here. It change your magnetic field the way it should be. It's almost like going to a chiropractor. When your back is all out of whack and they and get you back up to where you go, ooh, yeah, okay. Because you got used to being set in that incorrect position that the body assumes this is correct. Chiropractor told me, man, you've been in this position for 10 years or more. We're looking at the x-ray. Your body now thinks that that's the correct position. Yeah. And the more he tried to get me out, for a few days I'm out, and then boom, my body go back. Oh, that ain't the way. Boom, back to the wrong way that it's been. But we keep working on it, and at some point the body says, okay, yeah, all right, this is the way. We're gonna be like this now, all right? So I'm giving you these analogies to say that this is how things can be in life. When we read in this chapter what it's saying how we can change our condition. You come in here and keep coming here with us, we're gonna help you change your condition till it's good. Positive on positive, positive on positive. And you start to manifest positive things in your life. You don't just come in here and you got bad luck, or no luck at all. That's not here. The ether's here, we vibrate them so that we all do good. And we manifest that. We promote that. And we want to uplift. That's the whole purpose of being here. We uplift. All of us has come from, I don't know your condition, but I come from the lowest of the low to where I am now. This brother has gone through struggles, right? And we're trying to keep him from going through them. He's only 18. And we fighting demons that are trying to send him to the nether world, where he won't even be able to hear himself think. So that's what we are, and your time is out here. Yeah. All right, glad to have you. Yeah. I hope that you come back.
I will.
Any of these things you can Google and pull up on the images. Just hit whatever it is, and boop, it'll come up.
Okay.
And you're welcome to come back. Try and do those steps initially.
The holy breath breathing.
Yeah, try that.
Technique.
And if you can, I don't know your condition, but if you can get a hold of some sage, do everything you can to start changing the ethers around you from negative to positive. If you have somebody you believe in, that you trust, that you think has your best condition, go ahead and change up your polarity, you know, because I'm pretty sure it's got to start there, right? And at least make sure that you're flowing correct. And it's going to take some time. I can do it. I'll be here on Fridays from 12 to 2, Sundays from 12 to 2. Anytime you have the time, and if it's important enough to you to want to explore that. And sometimes, bruh, you got to throw everything at it.
Well, yeah.
You can't leave nothing, to chance. Because the devil is like water, right? He seeks to crack anywhere he can get through, right? Soul of man tells us that his character is so he can maneuver into any kind of form. Yeah, if there's a crack or seam for him to get through, he can get through it. Right?
Try to get through that.
He gonna get through that. He don't try. He gonna get through that. So that's why I would say throw everything at it.
Sure.
All right. Islam.
All right.
Sorry you gotta go.
Yeah.
But I hope that little bit helped. Come back for more, man.
Yeah, I will. I will definitely.
And
do that,
in between now and the next time that
know
you
the
can
schedule. Mhm.
make it back,
Mhm.
do that.
Yeah.
Do that as much as you can.
Yeah.
And I'll just tell you one more thing. And I don't have the brother here, but I can bring him here, who was with me. We changed the ethers in the stadium up at Notre Dame with 100,000 people in it, all chanting and pulling against us. And we changed the ethers for 100,000 people. Okay, and we've done it other places as well. So,
Okay.
so come back.
I definitely will.
A little bit go. What's that? They used to have a commercial. A little dab of do you?
Yeah.
I wonder. Well, how did that thing go?
Just I'll be back.
All right. Praise the Lord. Take care of yourself.
I can stay longer the next time.
All right. Use what you did get. That'll go a long way.
Oh yeah, I use every tool.
All right.
Every resource.
That's right.
That's the best.
Yeah. All right. Take care.
All right.
All right.
All right. Okay. All right.
All right. There you go. All right. Take care. All right, so that really, believe it or not, just shows you how a lot works. Chimes right in with chapter 17 that we're dealing with, because it talks about the appearance of Jesus being fully materialized before Apollo and the Silent Brotherhood in Greece.